Hey guys, Socket here. Today we're going to continue on with our PC Tool tutorial series, and we're up to episode 13 where we've dragged the laptop out into the garage to show you how to use the automatic time measurement tool in a real life setting. So I'm going to use my car as a demo. We'll hear a few dogs and traffic go past the front of my driveway, so just bear with me if you can. So the first thing we'll do is connect up your DSP to your laptop, and you should get a screen that kind of looks like this, depending on your make and model of DSP. But what we're trying to find first up here in the little test track folder is the automatic time measurement folder, which contains the time measurement click files. There's an MP3 and a WAV version of these files. It doesn't matter which you use. Just copy one of those to your phone or to a set of media that you can play through your head unit, because we are going to need this click to make the automatic time measurement system run. Now if I click on that quickly, we can have a listen to it. It's going to play for me. There we go. You may be able to hear that if I turn it up. Oh, it's up all the way. It's just that click from the left to the right, left to right, left to right, and that's the signal that the computer uses to the software uses to calculate the distance by working out the time of flight from the speaker to the tip of the microphone. So that's what we're up to today. Before we get started, I'm just going to do a quick run around to show you exactly how everything's set up, and then we'll get going. Alright, so before we get stuck into the actual measurements themselves, let's have a look at the way that things are set up. So you're going to do all of your measurements from outside the car, so you're going to need cables long enough to reach from your DSP into your laptop and from your mic into your laptop. Routing them through your back window, on the laptop, is probably the best way to do that. So going and looking at the setup inside the car. So first of all, you're going to need a measurement mic, just somewhere positioned in the headrest. Once you get that set up, make sure you don't move it, because it needs to be in the same position for the measurements to be accurate. Now, the next thing you want to do is have your car turned on to accessories, so the DSP stays powered all the way through this process, and you've got any air conditioning units turned off, so there's no background noise or anything like that. And ideally turn your volume up to about I would say 3/4 level would be enough for the measurement tone tick to be loud enough to take accurate measurements. So I think that's all the setup ready to go, other than the things that we've got to do on the laptop, which we'll look at in a moment. But just quickly running through the way my audio system is set up in my car. So I've got the mid-range and the tweeter here on the right, the mid-range and the tweeter up on the left. I've got the mid-bass is down in the kicks. Apologies for the dirty carpet. And over on the left behind those grills, and a front sub in the passenger footwell. In the back I have some rear fill speakers up in the C pillars, and near the back window I've also got a little down-firing 12-inch subwoofer. So they are all the speakers in this vehicle, and we're going to use this to demonstrate the tuning software now. Okay, now that we've got the car set up and the microphone in position and everything turned on, we're now ready to connect up to the DSP, load up or start a new tune. And in my case, I'm using an existing tune which already has time alignment done. So to reset those, I can either just slide them back like this, or I can go to the reset button and click on reset time alignment and click OK, and then when I click back into time alignment, you'll see that all of the time alignment delays have been reset. So now everything's back to 0. We now need to go and set up the automatic time alignment tool. And so the way we do that is click on the automatic time measurement button, and we will get this screen. The first thing that we want to do is make sure our microphone is the correct one. So in this case, they're at my PC mics, and this is the external mic that I'm using for the measurement, so that's fine. I'm going to be using, it now says, well, what signal are you going to use to take the measurement? So you're going to use analog, digital, Bluetooth. Well, I'm going to stream the time measurement click using my Bluetooth off my phone, so I'm using the Bluetooth card, so I would select that. The next thing it asks me is what is the closest speaker to the driver listening position that you're going to use as a reference. In this case, I'm going to use right hand drive, so that the right mid bass is the closest speaker, and I need to put in the distance in centimeters. So I measured this before, and it's 101.5 centimeters from the tip of the microphone to the grill of the left mid-range speaker. I want the system to put all my delays in, dump the delays that it calculates into the time alignment page in delay mode. I want them in milliseconds, not in centimeters or inches, so I'm selecting delay mode. And then that's going to give me, so everything's now set up, and that's now going to give me a list of all of the speakers that make up my system. So as I just showed in the video, I have my left and right tweeter, my left and right mid, my left and right mid bass, I have my rear speakers, and I have my subwoofer 1 and 2, all on these different channels, and that matches the setup in my input-output configuration. Okay, with all that set up, the last thing we need to check is whether we've got all of our speakers turned on. So we'll just quickly pop over to the outputs page, check that everything's active, which it is. Fantastic. So back to the automatic time measurement page, and we get ready to start our first measurement. So what we'll do is turn on the click, so I can hear that in the car now, clicking away, and hit start. Okay, so this software is saying it's waiting for a measurement, and you can see up here there's no signal coming through on the audio input. So I can hear the clicking going on in the car, but it's not being registered by the microphone. So just wait to see what the software is going to do about that. And of course it pops up and says test signal not detected, make sure your microphone's connected, etc, etc. So if you get this type of error, the most likely cause is you need to turn up the volume on your head unit. So I'll go ahead and do that, and be right back. Okay, so with the head unit turned all the way up, we'll give that another go. So back into the auto time measurement tool, turn on the time measurement click, and this time you can see the click signal. So we've got some colour, that's a good sign. So we're going to hit start. Here we go. And you'll notice down here at the bottom of the screen we're getting some impulse readings as the system is cycling through the various channels. So at the moment it's measuring the front mid bass, now it's doing the right tweeter, now the right mid bass, the left rear, the right rear, the rear subwoofer, and now the front subwoofer, and it is done. So we can turn off the measurement click, and now you get the big green tick saying everything was great, and now you can either choose the settings. Like, you could rerun this if you wanted to, if you weren't happy with it, and compare, you know, the last time you ran the ATM, or, you know, this particular measure, or you could restart the measure, or you could save the data and close the measurement tool, which is what we'll do here. And now you can see on this page all of the time measures that it's taken are now saved onto your into your time alignment settings for each of those speakers. So that's, you know, in the space of maybe 10 minutes to set everything up and run the software once you've got it all set up properly. That's how you use the automatic time measurement feature in the PC Tool software. So once again, folks, thanks for watching. If you've got any further questions, please drop them below in the comments. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next tutorial. Thanks again.